Larry Kelley at the controls of Panchito. Like I said, that's going to play a very, very important role on something that you're going to hear just in a few minutes. So right now, we're 90 seconds away from jumpers away, and I'm talking about the SOCOM jumpers. The Paracommandos are the U.S. Special Operation Command's premier aerial parachute demonstration team. They perform at high visibility events all across the nation, informing the public about the U.S. Special Ops Command, the command's mission, and the contributions of our 70,000 plus soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Department of Defense civilians, making across the United States in more than 70 countries around the globe. So look high at about 5,500 feet now. We're talking about the B-25 bomber Panchito. Shortly after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, there was a plan drawn up, just uniquely was designed by a submariner, not an Air Force, an Army Air Corps, but by a submariner to bomb the Japanese home. It was a payback for Pearl Harbor. Woo! Bomb bay doors open. 30 seconds over Tokyo. The original plan was to fly off of the deck of the aircraft carrier to within 300 miles of Japan, launch the raid, but the task force was spotted by a trawler about 650 miles out, and Jimmy Doolittle decided that he needed to launch early in case they had given an early warning to the Japanese mainland. He knew that even though that they were launching early, that some of the aircraft would not have fuel to get back to land. They had planned to land in China, where a homing beacon had been set up for them. No airplanes or crew were lost as targets over Tokyo, Yokohama, Kobe, Nagoya, or Osaka were bombed. One B-25, experiencing excessive fuel consumption, turned north after dropping its bomb, landed in Vladivostok, Russia, where the crew was interned. Finding a favorable tailwind, the 15 B-25s made it all the way to China, but now at night and in very stormy weather. Unable to find the airfield in Chuchao with bad weather, the crews either bailed out or ditched their aircraft. 2 men drowned after ditching. 1 died when his parachute malfunctioned. 8 of them were captured. 3 of these were executed by a Japanese firing squad. 1 died from severe malnutrition. 4 came home, victims of torture and solitary confinement, 3.5 years. And 56 raiders found themselves behind Japanese lines in occupied China. Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle, who thought he might be court-martialed after this, was actually promoted to Brigadier General and given the Distinguished Flying Cross. Once again, you can see the bomb bay doors open. The B-25 was widely used for low-level dive bombing, especially against Japanese naval targets. A simulated dive bombing attack there. B-25 would strafe the ship as it approached, then drop a 500 or 1,000 pound bomb on the ship as it passed by. Incidentally, you can experience the thrill of a flight on the B-25 Panchito this Saturday and Sunday. They're located right in front of the big tent area, right in front of the 130 Hurricane Hunter over there, or you can call 443-458-8926 to get a flight in the B-25. Once again, the call number is 443-458-8926. The 4th pass now. Level of bombing. Once you can see the business end of the B-25 as the doors open and close. The original design was for low-level bombing, like I said. Some machine guns installed, upward of 14 forward-firing fixed machine guns for strafing ground and sea targets, were field modifications, made the B-25 a very effective weapon at attacking airfields, ships, trains, and convoys. One model carried literally a 75mm cannon in the nose. Basically, that was a tank cannon, a Sherman tank gun mounted in the nose of that B-25. Imagine B-25s, 4 of them, say, approaching a Japanese airfield at treetop height, 335 miles an hour, 56 50 caliber machine guns blazing, as well as parafrag bombs raining down from the bomb bay as the formation passed over the field. This would be Panchito, flown by Larry Kelley, Sid Jones from Kissimmee, Florida, in the right seat. The original Panchito was named after the feisty Mexican rooster in Disney's 1944 animated musical, The Three Caballeros. Panchito served as a bomber with the 396th Bomb Wing, 41st Bomb Group, the 7th Air Force, stationed over in Okinawa during the hot summer of 1945. Panchito was built at the North American Aviation Factory in Kansas City in 1944. Setting up now for a photo pass from left to right, banana pass we call it. Putting that right wing down towards the ground, it'll be a top plan form view of the B-25. You'll be looking right down in the cockpit. In from the left now. Once again, remind you that in front of the C-130 over there, the Hurricane Hunter, is the B-25 Panchito tent. If you'd like to get a ride in the B-25, experience ride in the World War II bomber. Smoke is on, and that is a little Starduster. Our first aerobatic performer for today, the Starduster, or Starduster 2, was developed back in the 1960s by Lou Stope, and the idea was to provide 100% pleasant and fun-to-fly aircraft, and indeed it is. I know several people who have owned Stardusters and who have flown them, and I've flown the airplane, very, very gentle handling airplane, but it does nice aerobatics. Flying the aircraft today for us, sister group of the Patron de France. Their grandfather, André Milot, fought during the First World War in a SPAD aircraft, if you can believe that. And the pilot today, like I said, is Jean-Marc Durst, qualified pilot in advanced aerobatics, vice president of Tresco, France. Now, maybe you've never heard of Tresco. Kathy Boyd, the president of Tresco, is here with us. Kathy, tell us a little bit about Tresco and exactly what it is.
Well, thank you very much. Tresco is very proud to be a partner of the French Air Patrol on their tour throughout the U.S. Tresco is a one-stop shop calibration and repairs provider that's a global provider. We've been in the U.S. since 2011. We are very excited to have our Starduster here to participate in the air show.